Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bot Squad podcast. I am your host, Gene the Man 94, here to review Wrestlemania 32. Now, before I get into the matches and everything, I'm just going to give my honest opinion on how I thought the pay-per-view was. I thoroughly enjoyed the pay-per-view, and I see a lot of people not really enjoying it on Twitter because of the ending. But overall, I thought it was a pretty solid show. Now, the only thing I didn't really pay attention to was the pre-show matches. I kind of missed those, but it wasn't really nothing that great to talk about. So we're going to get into those real quick. Just tell you what happened. It was Kalisto versus Ryback for the United States Championship. Kalisto won. It was Team Total Divas versus Team Bad and Blonde. Brie Bella picked up the victory over Naomi and made her tap out with a pretty nice label lock in memory. I mean, not in memory, but a tribute to her husband, Daniel Bryan. And it looked pretty nice, too. And the Usos picked up the victory over the Dudley boys and then splashed them both through tables after the match. And, the Usos picked up the victory. Now, after the pre-show was all done and the main card and, Wrestlemania was ready to begin, I enjoyed most, if not all, of these matches. Few little nitpicks here and there, but other than that, let's get right into what happened on the main card here. Now, the first match was the Intercontinetal Championship ladder match. Kevin Owens, the champion, versus The Miz, Dolph Ziggler, Sami Zayn, Zack, Ryder, Cara, and Stardust. And one thing I would like to add before I talk about this match was Stardust's entrance. Well, pretty much he came out and did a tribute to his father, Dusty Rhodes. He had the polka dots on his outfit, so I don't know if he's still going to stay Stardust for the time being, but for now, that was a pretty good tribute to the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, the late great American Dream Dusty Rhodes. But this match was a perfect match to start off WrestleMania because it was hot. It was a nice ladder match. These guys put their bodies on the line. It was amazing. Sami Zayn diving through the ladder outside the ring, and he went through the top and middle ropes to with the ladder, set up to take out, 5 of the competitors in the match. And then he, went and hit his patented through the turnbuckle DDT on the Kevin Owens. And, the crowd was hot for him. Sin Cara went through a ladder with, I think it was Stardust on it. He got tipped off the top ladder in the ring and kind of curved outside the ring to a ladder that was set up between the ring and the barricade and landed on Stardust and took him out. Ryder dropped the elbow from off the ladder, and for a while it seemed like either Owens or Zayn was gonna win this, and I predicted either one of them was gonna win it, and I was completely wrong because the winner of this match is Long Island Ice Zack Ryder. Yes, they're pushing Zack Ryder, and they gave him the victory in this match, and he is your new Intercontinental Champion. It was a great match, and I like the ending. Hey, why not give Zack Ryder some shine, man? He definitely deserves it. So now he's Intercontinental Champion, and we'll see where it goes from there. The next match on the card was Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles, and once again, another good match between these two. These two know how to work with each other, and they put on another good match. The only nitpick I have with this match is that Chris Jericho kicked out of the Styles Clash, and that's supposed to be, AJ's finishing move. Like, you don't kick out of that, and, Chris Jericho kicked out of it. So they're not really pushing it as a very strong move that ends matches most of the time. Even though, I have a ton of respect for Chris Jericho, him kicking out of that move just makes the move not look strong. But other than that, I really enjoyed this. At one point, Styles hit a springboard 450 moonsault. And then Styles later on in the match tried to go for the phenomenal forearm, and he ran into a code breaker. And Chris Jericho picked up the victory in this match, which is another surprising outcome for me. But now the series is 2-2, so I'm guessing they're going to have one more match to settle it all, and I expect AJ to pick up the victory in that. But another great match between these two. Nothing to really gripe about except for the Styles Clash not being used as a top finishing move that doesn't get kicked out of. But other than that, real great match. Like I said, WrestleMania was hot, and these matches were definitely helping out the card. The next match was the New Day versus the League of Nations. And when New Day came out, they were inside a box of Booty Old cereal, a giant box. The box tipped over, and they came out looking like the damn Ginyu Force. They were dressed in Dragon Ball Z attire, and it was awesome. The crowd loved it. I loved it. They're definitely over as faces now, and it's just awesome. And, you know, New Day, normal stuff. They came out dancing and everything. The crowd was with them, chanting that they rock. And then the League of Nations came out. And this match wasn't really that great. It was alright. I've seen it too many times, really. The League of Nations picked up the victory after Sheamus hit the bro kick on Xavier. After Wade Barrett or King Barrett, whatever the hell he's going by, hit Xavier with the... what the hell is his damn finishing move called? The damn bullhammer. There it is. I don't care about King Barrett, and I forgot his damn finishing move. But yeah, he hit him with that when the ref wasn't looking, and the League of Nations picked up the victory. After the match, Wade Barrett grabbed the microphone and said that they're better than any three-man group in WWE, and that proceeded to bring out Shawn Michaels, Mick Foley, and Stone Cold Steve Austin, who pretty much laid an ass whooping on them. And even the New Day helped them out. And then after they were all gone from the ring, the New Day tried to get them to all to dance. Shawn Michaels was twerking. You know, Mick Foley was doing whatever he was doing. And Xavier was trying his hardest to get Stone Cold to start dancing. And they started to do a little two-step together. And, of course, in typical Stone Cold fashion, he hit Xavier with a Stone Cold Stunner. So it was awesome. You know Austin don't give no fucks. He's going to hit it on whoever he wants to hit it on. And that's the bottom line because he said so. But it was really great after the match to see those guys. Probably just the nostalgia, trying to get the crowd hyped because the match wasn't really that great. And it was nice to see these guys. It was nice to see Shawn Michaels. You know, haven't seen him in wrestling gear since he's been retired, so that was pretty sweet. But just a really good WrestleMania moment after the match was over. Now, the next match was Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose in the street fight, no holds barred match, or whatever the hell they wanted to call this match. Really, I don't know what they were pushing this match as, but it was alright, I guess. It wasn't really much of a street fight, per se. I mean, it was alright. It wasn't as extreme as I thought. They used more kendo sticks than anything. You know, Dean Ambrose, which I did like, he wasn't afraid of Lesnar. He, like he said before, went right after him and, you know, took 13 suplexes, but, you know, he was hitting him with, you know, kendo sticks, and he was hitting him with steel chairs. You know, he was using he tried to use some of the weapons that the Legends gave him. Of course, he wasn't going to use the damn chainsaw. He brought it out, but he didn't use it. But it was still nice to see him, you know, try to bring it out and try to tease that he was going to use it on Brock. But that didn't wind up happening. But pretty much he tried to bring out the barbed wire baseball bat that Mick Foley gave him. And, you know, he tried to go hit Brock with it. But, you know, Brock just said fuck that and hit him with an F5. He ducked it and, you know, F5'd them on steel chairs, and it was over. It didn't really go that long, which was kind of disappointing to me. Like, I thought the match was going to go longer. I thought it was going to be more brutal, but that just wasn't the case, and it was a little disappointing to see that. But you know, I had real high expectations for this match, and I just wanted it to go longer. I wanted to see blood. I mean, of course, yeah, we're in the PG era, but, you know, I just thought it was going to be more gruesome than it was. Not really that bad of a match, honestly, but, you know, it's WrestleMania. Just let these guys go. Let them go at each other. Let them damn near kill each other. And, you know, that would have been great. That would have been fine, but, you know, little kendo stick action, little steel chair action, nothing really that much. It seemed more like a no disqualification match to me because they didn't really fight outside the ring that much. Yeah, they didn't really go outside the ring that much, but it was okay. Brock Lesnar picked up the victory. The next match, before I talk about that, Lita during the pre-show announced that there was no longer going to be a Divas Championship. They're switching the belt, and it's going to be the WWE Women's Championship. So they technically brought back the Women's Championship and made the belt similar to the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, except it has a white strap and the middle plate part is red. It looked really nice. I like the belt. I saw some people like this, some people didn't. I personally enjoyed the look of the new Women's Championship, and these three women put on a pretty good match, in my opinion. Of course, they were nervous. It was their first WrestleMania match, so they just wanted to go out there and put it all on the line, and you could obviously tell that they were all a little nervous. They had the jitters, and it was a little sloppy in the beginning, but it was a pretty great match. In my opinion. They were showing why they shouldn't be referred to as divas. Charlotte hit a nice little moonsault off the top rope outside the ring onto both of them. Becky and Sasha, they both looked strong in the match, hitting moves on each other and not really backing down from each other. And, they all looked like legitimate contenders, which I really enjoyed, because I didn't want it to just be, it's just Charlotte versus Sasha and Becky's just there. Becky got some good offense on. I think she hit the exploder suplex off the top rope. They all had some pretty good spots. There was one spot when Charlotte hit natural selection on both of them. But she winded up making Becky Lynch tap out to the figure 8. Sasha tried to stop her and, break up the submission, but with the referee's back turned, Ric Flair stopped her from getting into the ring, and Becky Lynch tapped out. So technically, Charlotte is your new WWE Women's Champion, because technically it was an uncrowned champion for that championship match. And so Charlotte is now the WWE Women's Champion. There is no longer a Divas Championship match. Title belt. The next match, to me, is the match of the night. Even though the ending of it was shaky, it was still a great match. These two went at each other. Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match. And if Shane McMahon won, he would have control of Monday Night Raw. And if The Undertaker lost, it would be his last WrestleMania. Now, these two, went at each other. I wish this match would have went on last, but they have to make the WWE World Heavyweight Championship feel and be important. The title match has to go on last, and I understand that. But this was match of the night for me, man. It was a better match than Triple H and Reigns was. Shane McMahon. What more can you say about Shane? He is willing to do any and everything he can to put on a great match. He's willing to risk his body to do whatever it is he needs to do to win the match. And if it costs him his body, he doesn't care. It's whatever. He'll do it all. There's nothing Shane won't do, and he showed that in the match. Undertaker pretty much tried to overpower Shane because he's much bigger than Shane. He was using, Shane was going at him with the punches, but Undertaker was striking back with his powerful strikes, and like he said a couple weeks ago, his hands, man, that's his biggest weapon. And these two went at each other. Eventually Shane was tired and he wanted to do something extravagant, so he took some bolt cutters and cut off pretty much one side of the Hell in a Cell and one little panel of it, and Undertaker put him through it, and they both broke through it and went outside of the Hell in a Cell. And you already know where this is going. Undertaker put Shane through one of the announce tables. I believe it was the Spanish announce table, which of course that table got broken, right? But after that happened, Shane gained some offense and hit the Undertaker with a couple monitors, and he was laid out on the middle main announce table. And we all know what happened next. Shane Insane McMahon climbed to the top of the Hell in a Cell, and what did he do? He did the leap of faith off the top of it. And I was watching it with a bunch of my friends, and we all completely marked out. He jumped off that Hell in a Cell. He didn't hit it on Undertaker because Undertaker got the hell out of the way, but Shane McMahon jumped off of it and went right through the announce table, and that was pretty much the beginning of the end for him. It was amazing. Shane McMahon at his age, he's like in his middle 40s, and he's still willing to do stuff like this. It was amazing. He crashed through the table and hit the floor. There was a few, it looked like it was a little bit of padding, but it still looked like it hurt a whole hell of a lot. And Undertaker knew it was pretty much over after that because Shane was barely getting up, but, he still told the Undertaker, come on, I got some more, let's go. So Undertaker pretty much carried him and put him in the ring, and he could tell that the match was over, but he didn't really want to end it. And Shane obviously earned some of his respect because he patted him on the face before he hit him with the tombstone. Hey, it's nothing personal. I just got to do what I got to do to protect my legacy. And he tombstone pile drove Shane, and that was pretty much ball game for him. He was carted off afterwards, but he gave the thumbs up. And now he's not in control of Monday Night Raw, so we'll see what happens after that. And this isn't the Undertaker's last Wrestlemania, so we'll see where this goes from there. But definitely Shane earned some respect from, even more respect if he hasn't already, from the Undertaker and everybody watching. They were going crazy. This is a match I will definitely go back and watch a bunch of times. It was a great match, and Shane McMahon is insane, and I hope he's okay. The next match they did was one I thought was going to be on the pre-show or very early in the card, but it was the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Couple surprise entrants here. They had Tatanka in the match, and DDP came out, and I didn't expect those two to be in this match. And the last person to come into this match was Shaquille O'Neal. Yes, Shaq from basketball, the Basketball Hall of Famer, was in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Him and Big Show had a face-to-face a couple years ago, so I guess they were bringing that back up. And, they pretty much got all the guys out of the ring, and they were trying to, go face-to-face again, and they started eliminating a few people and pretty much squared off. And then they tried to choke slam each other, but the competitors all dumped them out the ring. This ended in another surprise victory because the winner of this, in the end, was Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin eliminated Kane to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So I believe that this means Baron Corbin's coming up to the main roster. It was a surprise to me. I didn't know he was going to be in it, but I'm not too mad about it. This was definitely a big win for him, especially if he's going to become a member of the main roster. And, he's been in NXT for several years, probably when it was still FCW. So it was good to see Baron Corbin get some shine, and this is definitely going to help him on his ascension to the main roster. After that, we had the segment with The Rock. He came out to announce the attendance record of 101,763. And they broke the all-time WrestleMania record. And, there was definitely a lot of people there. It even looked like, there were just people everywhere. So, The Rock came out, had a nice little entrance, had a flamethrower, had his name lit up in flames, and, it was nice. It took him about 20 minutes to get to the ring, but it's The Rock, whatever. They had to get him in there to get some pop and, get the crowd on their feet and whatever. He got there, and one of my friends pointed out that The Rock was in his wrestling gear. He could tell by the shoes he had on that he was in his wrestling gear. Shout out to Darion for that. So, The Rock got in the ring and, did his whole, gimmick, millions and millions. Finally, The Rock is back and all that other stuff. And then the Wyatts interrupt him. And Bray Wyatt comes out and says, hey, you may not know me, but I know you. I'm not here as a friend. I'm not here as an enemy. I'm here to take you out. Which, that makes it seem like he was an enemy. But whatever. Pretty much, The Rock pretty much embarrassed him, on the promo side, and Luke Harper wasn't there because he was injured, so it was just Bray, Braun Strowman, and Eric Rowan. But they surrounded the ring. They were about to surround the ring, and then The Rock was like, you know what? One of you is about to fight me right now, and it was Eric Rowan. The bell rung. The Rock was in his wrestling gear, as one of my friends predicted, and the match ended in 6 seconds. He rock bottomed Eric Rowan and pinned him 1, 2, 3, and that was it. That was it. After that, Bray Wyatt just slapping poor Eric Rowan outside the ring, like, what are you doing? And then they surround the ring to get in it. And who comes out to make the save? If it ain't Superman himself, John Cena is back. Months earlier than what he was projected to come back, he comes out and he helps The Rock. And, they come out and they pretty much bury the Wyatts, pretty much. Yeah, why not? It's not like the Wyatts have, already been buried or anything. But, yeah, these two come out and take them out with ease. The Rock bottom Braun Strowman, a man who barely touches the ground, but because it's The Rock, he took him out, and that was that for the Wyatts. It was pretty much GG for them. And, after that, him and John Cena played to the crowd. The crowd did not like Cena being back. They booed the hell out of him. And I'm happy Cena's back. I personally enjoy John Cena, so I'm happy he's back, and I hope he's actually healthy, and hope he didn't rush back too quickly. I hope he's actually 100% healthy. So that was nice. Him and The Rock hugged, and they're all goody friends now. So that's good. Now, the main event of WrestleMania, Triple H, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, versus Roman Reigns, the challenger for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I said this before because I want to talk about Roman Reigns for a second. I want to talk about Reigns. I was having a debate on Twitter yesterday, I believe, with my good buddy Wiza. Shout out to him. Check his channel out if you haven't already. He does wrestling reviews, Madden videos, all of that. But I was having a discussion with him, and we were talking about Roman Reigns, and we were discussing why people hate Roman Reigns. And he made some pretty valid points to me, and, I determined that I was wrong to misjudge Roman Reigns. Now, granted, I still did not agree with the way that this title match had been booked and how it was presented on TV, but I was blindly hating Roman Reigns because it seemed like the popular opinion to hate Roman Reigns. So, I sat back and I thought about it a lot. I was like, you know what? I'm going to give Roman Reigns a chance. I believe that him and Triple H would be able to put on a great main event match at WrestleMania. Despite what the build-up was, despite all of that, I'm going to give him a chance. And a lot of people did not like this match. They didn't. And I believe it's because their hatred for Roman Reigns didn't allow them to give him a chance in this match. And it was, a very slow-paced, methodical match. Triple H, the veteran, worked Roman Reigns' body parts and, tried to get him to tap out multiple times and, tried to break him down as Triple H does. He's the cerebral assassin, but he's very slow and methodical in his ways. In the beginning, though, Triple H's entrance was pretty sick. In the beginning, Stephanie did a little speech, proclaiming that, they had the authority always wins, and she was like on top of this little structure with a throne. She was like standing on top of it, talking to the crowd and telling them they need to bow down to Triple H, and he's the champion and he's going to destroy Roman Reigns and kill all you guys' hope and dreams of him being champion. And it was really nice. It really got me invested into Triple H even more, even though he was the heel here. But it was really nice. People are actually cheering for her. But yeah, so, they came out. Roman came out and, did his little fist thing on the middle star part of WrestleMania. And it was like a rock was there and it broke. And then the Roman Empire logo came up. And it was pretty sweet. He didn't come through the crowd. I think he's officially done with the crowd entrances, which is good. That was a Shield thing. It needs to stay a Shield thing. He needs to, have his own identity now. Which it was pretty nice, though. So these two, have, like I said, a very slow-paced match. And, I thoroughly enjoyed it for the most part. Triple H doing whatever he can to beat Roman. You got Stephanie helping him out, distracting the ref and doing everything she can. There was a spot where she took a spear from Reigns, and Reigns got a pop for a little bit. I don't know if anybody heard it, but with my friends that was watching the main event with me, we saw the spear and we were just like, whoa, we didn't expect Stephanie to get speared, and it was nice. It was a sweet spear by Reigns, and I'll definitely give him credit for that. This match, I still believe that Shane and Taker should have went on last because of, the the ramifications of the match, you know, it being Hell in a Cell, it being Undertaker, Shane McMahon, but I'm not going to crap on this match too bad because I believe these two left it all out there, and Triple H knew that he had to go to extreme lengths to beat Reigns, so what does he do? As he always does, he brought out the sledgehammer. Yep, you guessed it. He brought it out and was about to hit Reigns with it, which I was surprised the ref didn't try to take it from him. I didn't know if this was a no DQ match or whatever, because it seemed like the ref was supposed to take the weapon away from Triple H, but he goes to hit Reigns with it, and Reigns, he ducks up under it and hits him with the spear and picks up the victory. So Roman Reigns is your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Now let me talk about this for a minute. We all saw it coming. We all knew it was going to happen. And most of us pretty much crapped on it before it could happen. Now I understand, like I said, the build for it wasn't that great. It wasn't. I definitely agree with that. But I'm going to give Roman Reigns the benefit of the doubt here. He's got to get better. But the only way for him to get better is for people to actually give him a chance. If we just immediately not even give him a chance and crap on him before he can even get started, then the guy's not going to have a chance to be successful. We as fans too often, we want the guy we want, and that's just how it's going to be. But I mean, it's the same way with how people dislike Cena. They feel like, you know, he's shoved down your throats, but they don't give the guys credit. You know, they go out there and they try their hardest. That's what all of them do. So I believe even if we don't like somebody so much, well, Cena's a different story because he's been there for so long, but we always talk about we want new stars. We want to build new stars, make new stars. If we feel like Reigns is struggling, okay, that's fine. We feel like he's struggling, but give the guy a damn chance. And I'm guilty of not giving him a chance, and I'm definitely going to start giving him a chance because after this clean slate, let's see what Roman Reigns does now afterwards. People are already condemning his championship run already, and it hasn't even gotten started. Granted, he's been WWE World Heavyweight Champion now 3 times in the past 6 months, but that's all right. Let's see where this goes. Chris Jericho won the Unified Championships when he probably wasn't exactly ready to do it, and his championship reign wasn't that great. But you know, if we're so invested in building new stars, let's build a new star. Now, Reigns definitely has to improve on a few things, but everybody had to improve at one point or another, and just crapping on them and not giving them a chance isn't going to help these guys out any more than, you know, you're not giving them a chance to do anything good. If you are automatically going to just crap on him, then, you know, it's not fair. And I really appreciated the point of view that Wiser came from. And so now I'm going to change my mind and I'm going to give Roman Reigns a chance to be great. But overall, I enjoyed this WrestleMania. I know some people are going to disagree with me, and that's fine. And I want to hear about it down in the comment section below. If you agree with me or if you disagree with me with how I believe the pay-per-view was. This wasn't, you know, the greatest WrestleMania of all time, but I really enjoyed this Mania. I had a great time watching it with some great friends, and I enjoyed the pay-per-view itself. And it was a very long show, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every second of it. It was WrestleMania. Leave your comments down in the comment section below if you agree with me, if you disagree on some things. You know, let's debate. Let's have a talk. Especially about the Roman Reigns thing. Tell me how you feel. And, yeah, I hope to see you guys tomorrow, because tomorrow is the Raw after Mania. One of the best Raws of the year, where you have people from all around the world packed into one arena. And, you know, the different chants and the hype and, you know, the returns and the debuts and stuff. Raw is going to be excellent tomorrow. I hope. I'm hoping. And you can guarantee that I'm going to review it. So I will see you guys tomorrow. If you enjoyed the video, like I said, please give it a like, subscribe, leave comments in the comment section below. Tell me how you felt about WrestleMania. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace. 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 Peace.